A note with Bougainvillea. There are irises in the background. The first clematis flower, there will soon be 50, inshallah. The macaws are the irises. The bamboo, another kind of iris I have there near the garage. And the note on in and out. An interesting film, a comedy rather, even if the theme, I'm thinking the main theme is serious and relevant in the world of today. There will be part of the civilized world wherein homosexuality is now accepted. There will be marriages and the right to adopt, and there's not much to say about it because um, it's not an issue anymore, so to say, which should probably be the future uh, for the whole world. Not to make anything out of this because it's just part of life and same rights. Anyway, there will be the other side of the world. Um, I was thinking the uncivilized one, but we're told to respect differences in religion, communicating across cultures. But if a culture has as a as a as a target, as a goal, killing homosexuals, what kind of a culture is that? And yet, there will be places in the world where homosexuality is punishable with death. And I understand Angela Merkel on a visit to Sochi to meet the tyrant Putin has raised the question of oppression. I don't know what they do in Chechnya against same-sex couples or people who, again, are gay. So it's like this. And to make it even more complicated, in America, beacon of democracy, until Donald arrived at the White House, has a complex attitude. There will be the West and East Coast with liberal attitudes and advanced in this matter and others. And then there will be the Bible Belt, southern states who I understand there's a decree by the Saint Donald who talks about has something with the religion and then the right to be political, and eventually I'm thinking they would be free to discriminate. There will be some who say my religion forbids me from serving you, making you a cake. I think this is a case which is has reached the Supreme Court, which now has 5 conservatives against 4 more liberals. Anyway, returning, but I think this is not an expose necessarily related to the film. It's what I'm thinking when watching such a film, and since this is a personal note, not a critical piece, it's 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 part of the game we play. I play with a virtual interlocutor. So Kevin Kline is marvelous in this film. He portrays excellently the character of Howard Brackett, who is supposed to get married. Only he realizes he's gay. That's why. And there's an outrage there at the wedding ceremony. He has to say no because when faced with this big lie which will have to live in, he opts out. And it's terrible that this happened at the ceremony, but then on the other hand, it's better this way. And the film is poking some fun of this situation. There's a reporter who comes into town. There's Matt Dion, who plays a former student, and then there will be the administration officials who are not just conservatives but reactionary. And then I think the peak moment that this makes the film marvelous. If it weren't for anything else, it just this scene makes it phenomenal. Uh, at one point, there's a question with all the families, the students of the school, and in the big hall, and then officials from the school, the headmaster and everyone else are taking measures against Howard. And then one by one, and they move back and forth. Look, but he was good, and then yeah, but this position, and then I'm a homosexual, and I'm a homosexual, and one by one, it's fabulous. Maybe I gave in something, even if I'm not saying what the end is. I'm just saying what the climax, the tremendous scene, was about, a key to the film. And there's a lot going on around this, of course, but this was exhilarating. This nearly made me want to rise up and say, well, I'm homosexual, even if I'm not, but just as a, like most in that big hole. Probably, I think that the statistics show that about 10%, maybe 10% were, but not the 100% that were thereabouts, that stood up. Excellent, wonderful film.